EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Los Angeles Rams. Greg Zuerlein now. He'll handle the honors to get us started. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. On the return, it's Jordan Lewis. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Elliott, the leading rusher for the second time in his 3 NFL seasons, 1,434 yards, more than 100 better than second-place Saquon Barkley.
And the offense runs through Ezekiel Elliott in Dallas. He makes them go. And how about how he added to his pass catching this year? His numbers jumped up in a big way. So when Dak Prescott didn't have something downfield, he just dumped it out into the flat to number 21.
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
On second down, Elliott. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now Prescott. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Mark Barron with a big-time sack on third down. And it'll be a loss of 7. So on fourth down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. This is taken around the 12. A beautiful fake. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 27. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Jeff Heath, the one to bring him down. Gurley, of course, was right in the mix for a rushing title, but missed the final couple weeks of the year and ended up finishing third with 1,251 yards, but did have a league-high 17 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, the first in Sean Alexander in 2003, 2004 to lead the NFL in total touchdowns 2 years running. How about 2 years in a row he doesn't get a chance to win a rushing title? This year because of injury, the year before because they rested him in the last game. And the first year he said, it doesn't matter much. This year he admitted he really wants to win one of those rushing titles.
And you know one surprising nugget is that he's the only guy to rush for 1,000 yards in each of the last 2 seasons. On first down, it's Gurley. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with third down coming up. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on fourth.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass, a run. What will they do? We're about to find out. Fourth down. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On first down, it's gone. Right side complete. That's Woods. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
Offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Rolling to his right, and he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. That'll bring up second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Back to the ground game here. Gurley. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Here's Goff. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. He opted to go with his scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Robert Woods from 17 yards out, and the Rams are in for 6.
Partner, remember that old film of Peyton Manning going through the route tree with his great receivers in Indianapolis? I think we're seeing the results of the same type of work here today. These guys know each other so well, They don't even have to call the play. They can just look each other and know the route that's going to be run, and usually the connection is perfect.
Zerline out now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Well, partner, let's look ahead to the NFC Championship game while we got a second. Sunday, 3 Eastern, Rams, Saints. What do you think about that matchup?
I'm loving the matchup, and it's right back at the site where they played in the regular season. And the Saints got out to a 21-point lead, and the Rams reeled them in before the Saints won it by 10 down the stretch. Here's where I think the biggest matchup of the game is. Marcus Peters, corner for the Rams, against Michael Thomas, receiver of the Saints. In the last game, Michael Thomas really got over on him, over 200 yards receiving. And the Saints said that was the game plan, to attack Marcus Peters. He vowed it would be different if they met again. Here's his opportunity this Sunday.
To throw is Prescott. Now he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Aaron Donald in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Prescott now. And the pressure gets to him again. Mark Barron in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely, he's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Taking it about the 36. 51 yards on the punt there. And that will come the offense as they take over. Rams take the field again here on offense. Last week we touched on it a bit earlier, but defeating Dallas to stay alive in the playoffs. They really handled Dallas, and you said that you thought they did a nice job of taking some of the pressure off Goff and giving it to the running game.
And when you think back to those Rams teams in St. Louis, the so-called greatest teams on turf, they threw the heck out of the football. But in this running game against Dallas, they put up 459 total yards, only 186 of those from the right arm of Jared Goff. That's a franchise playoff record. Let's see if they can follow that same formula in the NFC Championship game in New Orleans.
You mentioned the days on turf in St. Louis. It will be their first NFC Championship game since 2001 when they were in St. Louis. On 3rd down, they'll run it with Gurley. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. But Charles, as the Cowboys take over here, what do you think of the season that Dallas had? Yes, they get in the playoffs, but that's now 6 straight divisional round games that they've lost.
And that doesn't make you feel great as an organization. But think about this season. They started 3-5. Ended up winning their division. Questions about their head coach Jason Garrett's future. They finished 7-1 to claim that 3rd NFC East title in 5 years. And then they added a playoff win over Seattle as well. So I think the future looks good for Dallas. I also like what they're building in terms of Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott on offense. But how about on defense? They got 2 of the better young linebackers in the league, and Jalen Smith and Leighton Vander Esch. Build around them and watch for the Cowboys to be in the mix in years to come.
15 yards through the air and a 1st down. Here's Prescott. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. 12 more yards there and another first down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. And again, it's Prescott. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Here we go. 46.
Prescott yet again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. A try here for the extra point. Extra point splits the uprights, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Well, as they take the field here for the next drive, let's talk about the AFC Championship game. How excited are you for Mahomes and Brady, Chiefs and Patriots?
I'm very excited because, remember, this is a rematch game, just like in the NFC, where they played in the regular season, but this time the site is different. Regular season, they were in Foxborough, and Tom Brady and the Patriots won late against Kansas City. But how about this? The first quarterback to have a 50-touchdown season, Tom Brady, he's taking on the latest to do so in Patrick Mahomes.
And you've also got the likely MVP in Mahomes against arguably the greatest to do it all time. The storylines here just at the quarterback position are limitless.
Yeah, and remember we said they met in the regular season? It was 43-40, the win for the Patriots in Foxborough, but Kansas City walked out of there vowing revenge.
Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Sliding out of the pocket. And Woods has it complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. Again they run with Gurley. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Here we go.
Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Now a handoff for Gurley. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. First target, first catch, and a first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
From the red zone now, Goff dumps it off to Gurley. This carry, despite the extra effort, will be stopped short of the 10. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll make it 2nd down.
But it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd, Goff. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. They come up in an offset eye. Here we go. It's Gurley. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And that will force a turnover on downs. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
We're going to 54. Line in. Go. Get out there.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Here we go. Let's go. Get out. Here we go. 47.
On the counter, Elliott. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. He already has 2 sacks to his credit. Now another tackle for loss.
And you know how you can always identify who was supposed to block him? They're the ones helping up the person who just got knocked to the ground with the ball, right? Whether it's a running play or a pass play, they've got to figure out a way to slow him down. Maybe you chip him with a second guy. Maybe you just out-and-out double him. Maybe you make sure you take the ball and throw it as far away from him as possible, because right now he is wrecking things for them.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And that is incomplete. It was the free safety, LaMarcus Joyner, that time, able to make the play.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on here to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position where we were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow him to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He'll buy some time right. He'll find Everett there, complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Here's Goff now on 2nd down. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Goff now to throw. Buying time to his left. He'll throw underneath for Gurley. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Johnny Hacker now. On, we think, to punt, though he's faked it earlier, but he was unsuccessful. And look at this, another fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. Well, not only did they try to fake it, they put the ball in the arm of their punter, and it didn't work out.
Not the quarterback.
The Falcons are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Texans are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The Buccaneers are now on the clock. The Titans are now on the clock. The Patriots are now on the clock. The Bills are now on the clock. The Lions are now on the clock. The Panthers are now on the clock. The Seahawks are now on the clock. The Browns are now on the clock. The Redskins are now on the clock. The Chargers are now on the clock. The Ravens are now on the clock. The Raiders are now on the clock. The 49ers are now on the clock. The Jets are now on the clock. The Giants are now on the clock. The Vikings are now on the clock. The Browns are now on the clock. The Rams are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Saints are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock. The Broncos are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Patriots are now on the clock. The Browns are now on the clock. The Lions are now on the clock. The Panthers are now on the clock. The Seahawks are now on the clock. The Browns are now on the clock. The Redskins are now on the clock. The Chargers are now on the clock. The Ravens are now on the clock. The Texans are now on the clock. The 49ers are now on the clock. The Jets are now on the clock. The Giants are now on the clock. The Vikings are now on the clock.